number on the scale this Christmas to question what underlying things, what is happening in your body that's actually out of balance, what isn't functioning optimally, and what can we do to help you heal. So use it and be curious, be investigative, work out what is happening in your body. Don't beat yourself up more about it, but use it as another tool in your toolbox to see what is happening with your health. Get empowered, get informed, and get help if you need it. Life is too short to be inflamed and not feeling the best that you possibly can, with the joy that it brings, the empowerment and the confidence that it's going to bring you today. Go into the new year feeling amazing energy-wise, your hormones in balance, sleeping well, the weight where you want it to be, your digestive system working properly, no joint pain, well-formed sausages every single day. So get onto it and use it to work out what's happening in your body, what is out of balance. Let us help you if you need extra help. Just before the year ends, I wanted to cover something that's really important and makes me so upset when clients come into the clinic. So somewhere along the way, we have been told that calories in and calories out is going to equal weight loss. And that is 100% correct if you are overeating. You are overeating whenever you eat and you are not hungry. And we've all been there and we've all done it. And I like to refer to it like the Christmas Day feeling, where you're feeling so full and stuffed to the brim, you physically couldn't eat anymore. So 100% that is the case, where you will be holding on to more weight because your body can't consume the energy. But actually, I want to tell you this as we approach Christmas, because I see so many women beating themselves up and being so mean to themselves, restricting these calories, pushing themselves harder, making themselves feel really bad when you just can't lose weight. What I see in clinic is it's not a case of calories in and is going to equal weight loss. Most clients coming into clinic and most people reading this newsletter like you right now, you know about that. You know that you're not overeating currently, that you couldn't. Sometimes I think to myself, this client could be eating fresh air and they wouldn't lose weight. Now, the reason it's not calories in and calories out with a lot of people when I see them in clinic is because when your body is inflamed, when you've got gut bacteria, parasites, fungus, mold, heavy metals, toxicity, when you're not digesting your fats properly, when your gallbladder and liver aren't working properly, when you don't have enough hydrochloric acid, when you're not sleeping properly, when you're not parasympathetic before eating, any number of these reasons is putting stress on your body. Stress equals inflammation. Inflammation means you won't lose weight. You're going to hold on to weight. So you know my story in terms of how I worked out the second time that I'd been exposed to mold was because overnight I put on a couple of kilos. It wasn't physically possible with what I was eating. Now that story is not unique to me at all. Clients, as I always say when you first come in, inflammation weighs more than the number on the scales or the amount of food that you're eating on your plate. Clients look at me very skeptically until that starts to change, until the way that they're eating, like calorie wise, is still the same, but the number on the scales is going down. At that point, they believe me. Or the other time that they really believe me is when their diet is really fantastic, they get inflamed, whether it's something's gone on or they've been exposed to a metal or they've been exposed to something, and suddenly, and I say inverted commas, that's gone on, their weight has increased overnight. Then they suddenly realize what a myth that we've been sold. It breaks my heart that we believe this myth because it puts so much pressure on us. And we think that we can calorie restrict our way to getting weight loss. And for some people, that is 100% correct, but that's not the story for most of us. So as we start to think about the end of the year, as we start to go into 2021, I use weight in clinic as a measure for what is happening with your health. I said to a client this week, This time from the appointment to the next appointment, I expect your weight to shift. Why? Because we're supporting your gallbladder and liver now. So I expect your body to be able to detoxify toxins. So I expect them to be the fat in your body, like the fat that you're eating, to be broken down into bile, and bile will eliminate the toxins into your poos. If you're not pooing every day, you won't be eliminating toxins, because our poos are fiber plus toxins plus water. So I said to this client, if you haven't shifted a kilo or two between now and your next appointment, we know that we haven't gotten to the root cause of the inflammation yet. But her diet is perfect. We've already removed the foods causing her inflammation. So now we have to look internally and look at what systems aren't working correctly. As we restore function to her body, she will start to shift her weight. So weight for me is a tracker of what's happening in your body. But this whole calories in and calories out just brings so much sadness and so much, it wows me up so much, because that's not the reality for most of you reading this newsletter and for everyone coming into clinic. So please bear that in mind this Christmas. Be kind to yourself and use the number on the scale to, if it's not shifting how you feel.